Greetings, everyone. Greetings. I hope that you're doing well as always. Blessings and peace to your family and giving honor to the ancestors who have traveled this land and now they're gone beyond our mere touch, our feelings, cries, and our tears. So, I just want to send a shout out to the ancestors and to the brothers of the craft and sisters of the order. Today is going to be a little different show. We're going to be talking about the famous Knights Templars. That's what we're going to be talking about is those Knights Templars. And what about those Knights Templars? We're going to get into this to see what is it so special about those Knights Templars. And I hope that we all get something out of this this evening. And I guarantee you this, that you will. This is true. You're gonna get something out of this. I gotta turn this around a little bit. Here we go. You're gonna definitely get something out of this tonight. Them Knights Templars. I think I got my camera kind of angered. I don't like this angle. I don't like this. Let me see if I can move this around a little bit. Kind of bear with me just a little bit. I don't know. Oh, that's a lot better. That's a lot better right there. Yeah. I think that's gonna do it. That's a lot better right there. So come on in, everybody. We're gonna get this going on right now. We're gonna get it going on, and I think I'm still gonna have to move this camera over or something, I think I'm still gonna have to do that. Do that. I don't know. That may be all right. What's going on there, bro? Yeah, trying to get this camera right, man. Trying to get it right. Yeah, that may do it right there. I think I'm gonna work with that or something. I don't know how I'm gonna do this camera. Shit, maybe I should have left and came back on. Hold on, I'm gonna close this door right here. Maybe I should leave and come back on. I'm not even situated here yet. How's everybody doing? Greetings. We're going to be talking about that dragon court today, that dragon court. We're going to talk about the Knights Templars. That's going to be the topic of today. We don't usually get into talking about too many pending bodies, but today we're going to talk about the Knights Templars here. And I'm trying to get this camera here situated. And it seems like I can't really get it the way I want to get it, but I think I'm going to leave it right there. But tonight, we're going to get into the Knights Templars, and we're going to see what that degree is all about today. How's everybody doing today? Big shout outs. Just let me know where you at, where you in at, Brother Hawkins and brothers. Yeah, what's going on, Brother Morpheus? It's good. Hey, Brother Morpheus, I wish you well. I hope that your wife has gotten better. Definitely want to send her greetings and send our prayers out to your wife, hoping that she's definitely gotten better. Definitely want to do that. Past King, more light. What's going on with you? How you doing, Christopher? Brother Muhammad, how you doing? Good. Yeah, we on now, bro. I'm kind of set up now. I'm kind of situated where I can kind of get some things done for real. But today, we're going to be talking about the Knights Templars here today. I had to throw it on just to make sure. I had to put it on, just so everybody know we're talking about the Knights Templars today. We're going to get this work in. And as always, welcome everyone that's coming on today. Definitely welcome. Let's see what we got here. All right, residing from Philly, huh? You're from Philly. That's great. Brother Morpheus in from Atlanta. All right. Appreciate you all tuning in. I'm trying to come on a little bit earlier. We're looking at about 6:30 California time right about now. So it's still kind of late on the East Coast. I know it's still kind of late on that side, but definitely welcome aboard. We're going to keep this short and sweet tonight. Brother Terrell, I don't even know if you should be in here tonight, bro, but hey, you know what? You know what you do. You're supposed to occupy your mind with that useful knowledge, bro. So come on in and get it. I ain't mad at you. I'm not mad at you at all. But we're going to talk about that dragon court. I know many of you have not really considered the the Knights Templars to be a dragon court, but it is a dragon court. The Knights Templars are considered to be a dragon court. It's the true essence of what Knights Templars are all about. We don't usually talk about it a lot of times in the Knights Templars. We don't, you don't usually hear people calling it a dragon court, but it is truly a dragon court. Okay, it is that, a dragon court, and we're gonna have that conversation tonight. I'm just gonna go over a few things for you in regards to the Knights Templar. Okay, and I'm going to go into some things that's going to get you interested in the Knights Templar a little bit more than you probably have been. So kind of bear with us on that end, and we're going to see where it's going to take us. And if you got any questions in regards to what I'm talking about, where I get this information from, if you got my number, call me, and I'll get this to you. And that's real. Man, I'm really kind of hot on this camera here. This camera thing here, man, got me all like, I don't know, got me a little crazy here. What's going on, Brother Maddox? Hey, man, are you taking care of yourself? Brother Maddox, come on now. We had this conversation on the phone a few weeks ago and we talked. Man, I hope you've gotten better. Brothers of the craft and sisters, man, ain't nobody gonna take care of you better than you're gonna take care of yourself. You got to take care of yourself, your health. With this virus out here, and you got these political issues that are playing into it. All I'm asking you to do is to take care of yourself. That's my best friend calling me, but I'm gonna call my best friend back because I need to do this right now and get it out the way. Because I'm not gonna be here all night. For real. Let's get this in. Check this out. I'm gonna read some to you real quick. And I need for you to think about what I'm reading, because it's very important, because it's deep. Now check this out. It says, "O princes and rulers, the forces of the wind is not to be denied, neither is that of kings, that unite so many men on one common bond of allegiance. But supremacy of a woman is yet above all. For kings are but the gifts of a woman, and the supremacy of a woman yet yield all of this. For kings are but gifts of a woman, but they are also the mothers of those that cultivate the vineyard. Women who have the power to make us abandon our own countries and relationship, and many forget our best friend." That's the power of a woman. I just wanted to throw that out to you. I just wanted you to hear that. That is the power of a woman. Good evening. What's going on? I appreciate it. Something I want you to think about. Something I really want you to think about. The power of a woman. So we're going to get on into this thing we call the Knights of Temple, the Dragon Court. All right. First, it takes 5 symbolic laminations in order for you to become a Knights Templar. It takes 5 symbolic lamentations in order for you to become a true Knights Templar. Okay, one is KS, the other one is HT, and the other one is HA. Simon of Cyrene. Okay, now Simon of Cyrene, that represents 5 Greek cities, Roman cities. Okay, 5 Greek Roman cities, present day Libya. If you're looking for Simon, Cyrene, that city can be found in Libya. Okay, it is one of 5 Greek cities. Okay, Roman cities at that. All right. Now, the 5th libation is taken from the 5th libation that you take, because you're taking 5 libations. One is KS, HT, HA. Okay. And one is Simon of Cyrene. Okay. Now the 5th libation you're going to take, I can't tell you how you're going to take it, but you're going to take it. Okay. Now, if you are allergic to anything that may cause you to break out, you gotta let the people know when you're doing that initiation. For us on the West Coast, in the Western Masonic jurisdiction, when you take those libations, is how we take them. That is important. And I'm not going to tell you how we take them or what we take them out of. But when you are being brought into the Dragon Court of the Knights of Templars, here on the West Coast, you must take your libations a certain way. And you must let us know if you are allergic to, to certain things that we ask and request of, okay? The qualification of a Knights Templar is one who is morally right, one who can hold secrecy, and one who is true to brotherly love. The requirements for a Knights Templar. Now, I didn't say Christianity. I said the requirements of a Knights Templar is morality, secrecy, and brotherly love. That is the requirements of a Knights Templar. I didn't say the requirements was being a Christian. I didn't say that. Although people consider that degree a Christian degree. But I didn't say that that degree requires you to be a Christian. I didn't say that. I said the qualifications of a Knights Templar is morality, secrecy, and brotherly love. That is the requirements of a Knights Templar, okay? It takes 15 years to receive the degree. 15 years. It's supposed to take you 15 years to receive the degree of a Knights Templar. But I'm quite sure most of us who have been initiated as a Knights Templar, it was probably a one-day thing. You probably went through it. You don't even know what you went through, and it was over. But the true essence and processes of becoming a Knights Templar takes 15 years. And it's broken down like this here. So it takes 7 years of a pilgrimage, okay? It takes 1 year of what they call penance, and it takes 7 years as being a soldier. It takes 15 years, okay, for you to become a Knights Templar. That's how long it takes. I'm talking about the true essence of a Knights Templar. I'm not talking about this stuff we go through in our Knights Templar degree, boom, 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 and you're done. I'm talking about the true essence of being a Knights Templar should take you 15 years. No doubt about it. Yes, indeed. Had a son named Alexander. You are certainly right. All right. Shadow Warrior. Oh, that name fits you well for tonight. So, the great three lights that it sets on the altar and the degree work of the Knights Templar represents Peter, James, and John. Now, with that being said, there are 9 similar lights that represents the other apostles. Okay, the other apostles. So the first three are very important. Those first 3 tapers, along with the others, but those first 3 are very important. They represent Peter, James, and John. Okay, that's who they represent. Now, some people may say, "Well, you're giving out the secrets. You can go buy a ritual and read this." But the essence of what you're going to get versus the essence of what you're going to get out of a ritual versus the initiation is what you're going to be missing. You can read a book all day, but until you've gone through the initiation work, you're really not going to get the crust of it. So with that being said, we're going to go on and continue. Let me see what I got over here. Greetings to everybody who's coming on. I appreciate you tuning in tonight. We're talking about the Knights Templar and the Dragon Court. So we're saying right now, it takes 15 years for you to become a Knights Templar. Okay, and this is how it's broken down. 7 years of a pilgrimage, 1 year of penance, and then another 7 years as a soldier in the Knights Templars. Okay, there are 3 great lights. Actually, there are 14. 12, 13. There are 13 great lights, but 3 of them are very, very important. Peter, James, and John. Those 3 great lights are very important. And then they're followed by 9 similar lights, which represents the other apostles. Okay. Now, in the Knights Templar degree, it's all about mortality. It is all about mortality. And the reason I say it's all about mortality is because when the Knights of Templars and the assassins got together, the Shriners, because they are known as assassins. But when the Knights of Templars and the Shriners got together, and they did work together. They truly did work together. At one point in time, the Knights Templars and the Shriners worked together, because the Knights Templars, while they was on their pilgrimage, and they went to the dome, and they dug under the dome. They were protected by the Knights Templar as they was protected by the Shriners, and they was called the Assassins as they did their work. That's true. Hello, my brothers, sisters, all in love out of Texas. I hope everything, North Side, is that like North Side, Texas? For real though. But thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming in. But back to what I was saying in regards to the Knights Templars and how the Shriners and the Knights Templars work together, as the Knights Templars were protected by the Shriners. If you don't do your research, look, and you can find this for yourself, because when they was on their pilgrimage and they was at the bottom of the dome, they was digging, and the fact of what they found is what got them killed and assassinated by the Pope. That's why, you know, Friday the 13th is very relative, or this is where the Friday the 13th comes into play. A lot of people don't know that, but that is true. Friday the 13th comes into play because of the slaughter of the Knights of Templars, which they was killed by the Knights of Hospitalitors, which later became known as the Knights of Columbus. I'm just saying. Now, if you think I'm wrong, you go back and do your own research, come back and holler at me, and we can have this conversation. That's real. So greetings everybody who's about to come on, or who's on right now. So now the 12 tapers that represents the 12 disciples, the zodiacs, and also so within those 12 represents the 12 zodiac and those 12 apostles. Although there were 13, that's going to come later. Okay, now when you think of the Knights Templars, you think of the skulls and bones, and the reason that most of us think of the skulls and bones and the Knights Templars is because it represents mortality. It reminds you of death. You know, the Knights Templar, they knew that once they went into battle, they knew that more than likely they were not coming back home. That's why I read the first thing in regards to the woman. Let me reread this again. The Knights Templar understood this, and this was part of the dragon court. It says, "O princes and rulers, the forces of the wind is not to be denied, neither is that of kings that unite so many men for one common bond of allegiance. But the supremacy of a woman is yet above all of this, for the kings are but a gift to the woman, and the supremacy of a woman is yet yields it all, for the kings are but a gift of the woman, and they are also the mothers of those who cultivate the vineyard. Women have the power to make us abandon our own country and relationships and forget our best friends." The Knights Templar understood that, because they knew that once they went into battle, they more than likely wasn't going to come back. They knew that. That's a fact. That's something that they knew. So as we get into this tonight, we're going to keep going on and understanding the Knights Templar and how long it actually takes for a person to become a Knights Templar. All right. So not only that, now the skulls and bones, which represents, we all know that the skulls and bones represent mortality. Okay, and it teaches us about our trials in life, and that we will be confronted by the grand architect of the universe. When it's all said and done, at the end of that span, the beginning and the end, in the end, you're going to meet the grand architect of the universe. You're going to meet that. Whatever you call it, you're going to meet it. So in the process of all of this, in the degree work of the Dragon Court, it deals with man and his immortality. It does. What's going on, Brother Malcolm Prophet? Latter-day Saints can be received around all Masonic degrees, but the sweetest rites, which require the triannual Christian belief, the Trinity Christian belief, I think that's what it says. Enlighten me on any other degree that are like this here. No. Okay. Shadow Warrior, you're absolutely right. This is why Shriners is not a playhouse degree. It's not. The Shriners were known as assassins, and they did not wear fezzes. They wore turbans. That's this is a fact. Once you get into that degree and really understand that side of Islam, because in the Shriners degree work, you take that pilgrimage, just as the Knights Templars, they take a pilgrimage. I'm just saying. People get into, oh, this is the play. Man, the Knights, the Shriners is not a night. The Shriners is not a playhouse for anyone. It is very serious. It is something that you should take seriously, because when you take on those different obligations that you take as a Shriner, in the end game, you have taken the Muslim pilgrimage. In the end, that's what you have done. You have obligated into Islam. Go back and read your obligation. If you're a Shriner here and you've done those degrees and you've done that walk, that pilgrimage, go back and read it. That's all you have to do. Go back and read it. And then you're gonna have a damn aha moment, because you had no idea about what you was doing when you became a Shriner. You had no idea. And then again, a lot of people and brothers in the craft, when they become Shriners, they still have no idea what they've done. They have no clue. You took the pilgrimage. You that's what you did. And you said things in your obligation that obligated you to pray 5, 4, and 3 times a day at certain times a day with a rug. You said those things. Go back and read. Go back and look at how you was brought through. And the same thing goes for the Templars. This is why it takes 15 years for you to become a Knights Templar. I mean, literally, if you want to say, I'm a true Knights Templar, because there are some people around this world who hold allegiance to the mere fact of being a Knights Templar. Way over thousands, they have a lot of members. That is true. So let's get back in this here. Okay, so when placed at the foot of the cross, it reminds us of a hill called Golgotha. Now, how many of you know about the hill called Golgotha? The hill of skulls. Because somewhere along the line, as a Knights Templar, that's where you ended up at. That's where you're going to end up at, on a hill called Golgotha. I'm not going to tell you what's going to happen on that hill, but that's where you're going to end up at. I'm talking about if you go through a serious initiation. I'm not talking about no fluke initiation as a Knight Templar where you go and you like da da. I'm talking about a serious initiation. You're going to end up on a hill called Golgotha. Trust me. Ask my brother Travis about a hill called Golgotha. His ass was terrified. Oh, that boy had me cracking up. But that's real though. I'm just giving it to you. It's real. All right. Okay, so the original meaning of the thorns on the head of the ivory represents causes upon men. That represents the pain that man's go through. Okay, so you know, on a hill called Golgotha, as the Christ man was hung, well, I'm not gonna say hung, but as the Christ man was put upon this cross, okay, it represented those thorns that was placed on his head represents the pain in life that a man goes through. Okay, that's what that ivory represents. That pain represents the cause upon a man, you know, his growth. Why do you wait 4 years to rejoin a new lodge? I have no idea why you wait 4 years to join a new lodge. I don't know what that, bro. I can't answer that right now. They took Jesus there. Of course. Hung is okay. All right. Hung is okay. So look, so the head was sent to the Grand Master, which he, as the head, places on a point of a pinnacle. Okay, with I'm not going to even go that. I'm not going to go that route. I was going somewhere with that. I can't go there. I've already said too much in regards to that, so I have to go somewhere else with that, because I was about to say something. I got to be careful. But anyway, let's see where I'm gonna go. Peace, brothers. This is brother. What's going on, man? Of the most wishful harm of Tyree Ancient Free. Hey, what's up, bro? State of California. I'm going to leave as I'm not on. What? Oh, brother. Okay, all right. This degree or York Rite, appreciate you, bro. Yeah, this is the York Rite degree. It doesn't matter, man. We're just having an open conversation. Ain't no secrets in this degree. Well, there are secrets, if you know, but we ain't talking about that. We're just having a good conversation in regards to the degree and actually how long should it take you to become a Knights Templar, and truly the essence of a Knights Templar, knowing that they were protected by the Shriners as they dug under the Temple Mound. What did the Knights Templar find under the Temple Mound that had them to be crucified by the Pope? Okay, what was it that they found? I'm just saying. Some say they found the Holy Grail or the Holy Cup. Some say that they found rituals which taught them how to summon the spirits. There's so much being said, but nobody really know what the Knights Templar found. But they do know that the Pope put them to death. They do know that. They do know that the Pope tricked Grandmaster Demolay, tricked him and then burned him. We know that. So I'm just saying. Yeah, what's your question? Yeah, it takes 15 years. It takes exactly 15 years for you to become a Knights Templar. If you're going to look at this from a pure Knights Templar pilgrimage, it takes 7 years for the pilgrimage. It takes another year. It takes another year for the what's that one? The penance, and it takes another 7 years for you to be a soldier. 7 and 7 plus 1 gives you 15. That's how long it takes for a person to actually become a Knights Templar. Okay. It also takes five symbolic libations. All right. It takes 5 symbolic libations for you in that process of you becoming a Knights Templar. Okay. Okay. Now the skulls and bones in the Knights Templars, okay, they reminds us once again of our mortality, and it also reminds us that we're gonna leave this place. That's a fact. So when you are in the Knights Templar degree and you go into the I'm trying to think of the name that we call it, the chambers of reflections. Every degree should have a chambers of reflection. In the Knights Templar degree, you're clearly faced with death because you're soldiers. And when you go off to war as a soldier, you don't come back a lot of times. You don't. So in this Knights Templar degree, you're not expecting to come back. All right. So this degree has 3 sacred symbols. The lamb, all right? The lamb is just one of them, okay? Is one of the sacred symbols in this degree, okay? There's another one, the dove. The dove is sacred. So the lamb is sacred because it is the foundation of the world, okay? The dove is sacred because it is almighty comfort, okay, who ascended humans from a Christ baptism. So if you know anything about Christ's baptism, as it is told in the Bible, that when he was baptized by John and he came out of the water, there was a dove that ascended upon his shoulder, okay? And then you have the cock. The cock, C-O-C-K, the cock. Reminds us to seek help early and properly complete your task. You know where the cock crows 3? Oh yeah, those are the 3 symbolic symbols in that degree. Going across from no, you just didn't say that. Art, You just didn't say going across the frozen tundra that's good for over 40 miles. Yeah, you said it. You said it, bro. And that's the thing. A lot of people don't know what they say when they're going through these degrees. They're taking these obligations. They're not paying attention to what they swore and they vowed to say and do. This is why, in hard times, I want to make sure I say this right. I want you to hear what I'm saying clearly. Clearly hear what I'm saying. When times are easy, it creates soft men. When times are hard, it creates hard men. When times are hard, it creates hard men. When times are easy, you create soft men. And right now we have a lot of soft men. Okay, you got men dressing in skirts, you got men dressing and acting feminine because the times are not hard. They're soft. They don't have an ideal of who they are. But when times are real hard, it creates real hard men who would take your life to defend their own. Those are real men. Knights Templars were real men. Shriners were real men. They were assassins. They didn't take nothing, nor did they give anything. They protected. That's who they were. And they was Knights Templars were just as vicious and just as cruel as they were protectors of those who was on the pilgrimage themselves. Time's about to get real hard. Yeah, baby. Yes, indeed. All right. So let's go a little bit further. All right. Let's see. In Genesis 6, there are tribes, and Dan, who was intermarried with the Canaanites, I think they call them the giants, who descended from the heavens to the foot of Mount Zion, Mount Harmon. It was Mount Harmon. Okay, they had descended to the foot of Mount Harmon, which appeared to be the hot spot, okay, or resting place for God in his foot, for God before the flood. So if anybody wanted to know or find God per se, they had to go to the Mount of Harmon. If you go back and you read as an EA, you will find about Mount Harmon. What was so special about Mount Harmon? Mount Harmon meant a lot, and it means a lot in Freemasonry. It really does. Throughout the degree work, it means a lot, and especially when you become a 32nd degree, and you get yourself into the encampments, and you understand why the encampments are set up like it's set up because of Mount Harmon. That is where you can find God a lot of times. It was at the foot of Mount Harmon. I'm just saying, I just want to throw that out there for you, okay? Now, with that being said, I want to throw this out too. Okay, the cave of Pan rests at the foot of Mount Harmon. It is also known as Hell. This city of Pan is also located 33 degrees latitude and longitude to Paris and France in 0 meridian. Look at how this thing stretches out. It's 33 degrees latitude and latitude, Paris and France in 0 on a meridian. So it's zeroed out, but it's 33 degrees latitude and longitude. And why is that so? How many degrees we have in Masonry as we know it today? 33, right? And it tells you right here that the city itself, or where at the foot of Mount Harmon, it stretches out 33 degrees latitude and longitude to Paris and France. And where did the 33 symbol come from? Paris. The 33 degree symbol ascended from Paris. Why? Because of the Roman Empire. It's true. You don't have to take my word for it. Do your research. Come back and holler at me later. Okay, 33, but that's not all of them. That is correct. That is not all of the degrees, because if you really get deep down into it, it begins to switch, because what we know today on the Scottish Rite side versus what we know today as in the primitive rites, you're going to end up with 360 degrees. Because what I personally know and what I've studied and come to find out for myself of the many different rites within the boundaries of secret societies. There are many different rites within the boundaries of the secret society. And in the end, you're going to end up with 360, a complete 360 degrees, the complete circle. Okay? This is what you're going to end up with. Absolutely, they do have 120. There are many Masonic bodies which are hidden. The Golden Dawn was hidden up until about a few years ago. I mean, there were certain people who heard and knew about the Golden Dawn, but they was hidden. There are a lot of degrees that are still hidden that was once out in the public eye, but now they practice in secrecy. And they don't have thousands of members. It's maybe 500-600 members in these degrees, and they are scattered throughout the world. That's a fact. The Jewish, already, the Jesuits. Yes, the Jesuits also is a secret society within the Roman Catholic Church. You don't hear much about them, but they're there. And them boys ain't nothing to play with. The Jesuits, they nasty. I mean, when I say nasty, they are true to who they say they are. The Jesuits are true to who they say they are. They're nothing to play with. Nothing at all. Brother Chad did a story on the Jesuits. They didn't burn the Library of Alexander. They took the books and hid them. Well, they didn't take all the books, and they did burn it, but they burned it. But you know, I get the logistics of what you're saying. Greetings, Mike. How you doing, bro? We're talking about the Dragon Court, that Knights Templar degree. That's what our discussion is tonight. And I hope, as always, that you're getting something out of these just basic conversations. I'm not trying to give away any secrets or nothing, but I like to have these type of conversations because brothers of the craft, regardless of your jurisdictions, you go into these degrees and yet you don't come back and read what you just said you wouldn't do or what you would do in that whole process. Actually, I believe it gets lost. I really believe that degree work gets lost. It gets lost because what you're looking for is something to satisfy you some type of way. But these degrees that you take is nothing to play with. They're very serious. And I would tell any brother of the craft, please go back and let's say this too to the sisters. Those in my jurisdiction, the Western Masonic jurisdiction, we have Lady Knights of Templars. Okay, we have Lady Knights of Templars, and we often tell them all the time, go back and read what you just said. Go back. You've gone through the initiation. You're all excited. You're happy now. Now go back and read what you just said. And it would enlighten you. Like the brother said, 40 miles over frozen tundra, you know, to see to the needs of my brother. Now, how many of you willing to go 40 extra miles to see to the needs of your brother? It's something to think about. Greetings. Hope everybody is getting something out of this. We're just touching on this a little bit tonight. We're just touching on something. All right. Now, in this particular degree, in the Knights Templar degree, you have in the degree itself is the raven, okay, all right, or let me see how I want, or the rabbi. There's a rabbi in this degree. Now, here in the United States, you don't have a rabbi in this degree. In the Templar degree, here in the United States, you don't have a rabbi. But in the court of the Dragon Court of the Knights of Templars, you have a rabbi. Okay? You have it. Let's see. All right, so we all know that the Order of the Knights Templars, okay, was founded in the Holy Land 1118 AD. His organization was the basis on the sacred fraternity on the basis of the sacred. It was founded on the basis of a great fraternity of secrets. And at that time, it wasn't even considered a fraternity at all. It was not. What we call a fraternity today, back then, they were not considered a fraternity. There was no such beast, no such animal, no such anything as a fraternity at that time. It was simply a sacred society. I said sacred society, okay? That's what it was at that time, all right? It was a sacred society, you know, whom the Christian called the Knights Templars assassins. That's what the Christians call them. Those who believe in Christ and did the pilgrimage to the Holy Land and were protected by the Knights Templars, they also called them assassins. And those who were protected by the Shriners as they made their way to the temple, they was also called assassins, because the Shriners, they had scimitars, okay? The Templars had swords, and each was built different because of who they were and how they carried them. Go back and look at a Knights Templar sword and go back and look at the scimitar, and you can see for yourself. They were assassins. Both groups of men were considered to be assassins by those who they protected. And I say this again, the Shriners protected the Knights Templars. When you take that Shriners obligation, go back and see where it says that you that you were willing to risk your life and protect the brotherhood of the Knights of Templars. You said that. That's what you said. They called them, oh, really? Okay. Appreciate that, Brother Alex. I mean, let's see, can I put that up here, what you just said? They also call them. That's a good one. There you go. Let me see, can I move this camera around a little bit more? There you go. What's going on? Preparation starts in the first degree. Absolutely, preparation starts in the first degree. And I say this off, no matter how many degrees you get in this thing we call masonry, you always got to come back down to the first floor. Always. Don't just happen in America, but around the world. All right. That's true. That's true. Now, let's see. The Templars were the Templars' first headquarters was the wing of the Royal Palace of Jerusalem, next to the mosque, where they was received by the what was the name of that other? Let's see. The Sunnis. You have the Sunnis. You have within the Muslim fracture or within the Muslim family, you have the Shiites. The Sunnis, yeah. Okay, the Shiites. They were protected by the Shiites, okay, as a center shrine of the goddess Fatima, as the goddess Fatima. So the Shriners looked at the dome as being the goddess Fatima. That's how the Shriners seen it. The Knights Templars seen it as the place where King Solomon temple was built. So you have two holy places represented by the Knights Templars and those of the Muslim faith, which was protected by the assassins, the Shriners, and the assassins, the Knights Templars. Plain and simple. It was special to both groups. It was protected by both groups. All right, so let's go on. Therefore, the mother shrine and the temples of the Holy Grail were certain legendary knights called the Templars, gathered to offer their services to the goddess and uphold the female principles of divinity and to defend the women. The Knights became more widely known as the let me see. I don't want to mess this up. I'm gonna put it in here. I don't want to mess this up. All right, I'm gonna put it up in here. I'm gonna put it up in here. I don't want to mess it up. I want some. I think I got it. Let me see. Nope. No, it's only one. There you go. I want to make sure I got it right. Boom. There you go. That's the word right there. I want to jack that up. I'm being honest with myself. You should be looking forward to these degrees, but I'm going to tell you, as you go into these degrees, is the way I'm talking about them is not how you're going to receive them. I'm being honest with you. The way I'm talking about the degree is not the way you're going to receive the degree. Every jurisdiction does it a little differently. I'm just looking at it from the perspective and how we do it where I'm at. And that's all I can ever share with you. The one who wears one is the anointed one. Yes, the fairest King Solomon headdress. Let's see what else I got here for you. The Knights became more, they became more widely known. They were protected of women on their journeys, okay? The word Knights originally meant Christ's awakening, okay? The immortality of sons of gods, okay? That centered or entered into a divine vessel of meditation and was guided into the kingdom and studied in the divine temple. Let me get an understanding of this. Hear me clearly now. Hear me clearly. It says the word night originally meant a Christ awakening, the immortality of the Son of God that entered into a divine vessel or meditation and was guided into the kingdom of studying in the divine temple. There's only one divine temple on this planet. Only one. We all know where it's at. It's only one divine temple. They are own version. They are own version, I understand. Okay. Is it true that you must become a Christian? No, it is not. Before you become a KCCH, not in this jurisdiction, I can't talk about nobody else. I don't know. I don't know if she was or not. I don't know. It could be very possible that she was a Knights Templar. Could be very possible. But I'm not sure. But what I am sure about is that these degrees, if we practice them, if we practice the degrees for which we are initiated in the way we should, man, being a part of this society will be something awesome and special. If we practice the degree work the way we're supposed to, it will be special to be part of this society. I'm not saying that it's not now, but it'll have a little edge to it. It doesn't have the edge that it once had to it. That edge is somewhat gotten a little dull in some aspect. But I'm just saying, if we chose to practice the degrees as we should, the society for which we are a part of would be something, man, it would be awesome. It would be something awesome. Plain and simple. You couldn't take nothing from it. And you couldn't give anything to it. Because as you read the Bible, you would notice that it doesn't say a lot about a lot of women in the Bible. It only says something about 2 or 3 women, and that's it. That was written out of the Bible. And you have to ask yourself why. Why are the very people, the very individuals who can bring life on this planet was written out of the Bible? You need to ask yourself that. Good evening, good evening. What's up, Brother Rogers? How's everything going? We need to do that. And I'm going to say this. Before I tuned in tonight, one of my lodge brothers called me up from LA. He was giving me a hard time. I mean, he was really giving me a hard time. He was like, Brother Tony, you going to go on tonight? I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go on. He was like, you said that the last time and I'm waiting, you didn't go on. I'm like, man, he really dug it into me. So tonight I had to come on, and I definitely want to talk about the Dragon Court of the Knights Templars, which I find is a very special degree. And I can only talk about it the way we do it here in my jurisdiction, in the appending bodies, and it's done special. I think that everything we do here is special because we take it serious. Enough. I'm gonna leave it at that. Christianity is title of many denomination, which is one. Which one is that? Which one is what, bro? I'm just trying to follow you. Which one is that? Christianity is not all the same faith and beliefs because of the yeah, that's true. It's not. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm also from the most wishful Harmon Grand Lodge. Okay. Berkeley, what's going on? Man, I like that lodge y'all got up there in Oakland, though. That temple, that lodge you got up in Oakland, I like that lodge up in Oakland, bruh. Yes, you're absolutely right, bruh. I don't understand why the women's was written out of the Bible. Also, kids. There's no mention of any. The only child that is mentioned in the Bible is Christ. It's true. It's true. You have to ask yourself, why is that? Wait a minute. There was another one, David. Because he was selected. He went and fought Goliath. Okay, he was a child. But I get it. I get what you're saying, bro. I get what you're saying. Moses, well, no, you don't pick up the story of Moses until he's like in his 20s. You talk about him being placed as a child in the Nile, and then the Egyptian, the Pharaoh's wife gets him and claims him as her own. Okay, but you don't hear anything else about Moses until he's gone through the degree work as an Egyptian. Yes, I said degree work. Because once he leaves and he goes into the desert, he comes back and tries to use the same magic that he had learned as an Egyptian against the Egyptians. And this is why they said, we know that same trick. We laid down our rods, they turned to serpents too. But I'm just saying, magic is everywhere. Greetings. All right. Progressive Lodge number 55. Welcome aboard. What is the name of the first degree? So why is the name of the first degree so significant? I can only find and mention in the name of Ruth. Why is the name? Okay. Are you talking about the password? Why is the password so significant in the first degree? I'm just putting it out there because I'm trying to read what you say, Brother David. I'm trying to get that. So if you're saying the password, I can talk about that. Why is it so significant? If that's what you're saying. David and Goliath. It's really one to go into as far as the teaching of the youth and yeah, that's true. I'll go with that. The word seems to be based on money and power at the moment. Yeah, the world is based on money and power at the moment. But I tell you what, there are some women's right there in the mix. You would never hear about them, but they damn sure was in the mix. Plain and simple. Thanks, Brother Alex. I appreciate that. But didn't children mark the prophets? And he called as she bared which devoured them. Yeah, but when I say kids, I'm speaking as far as their names and them coming up and who they belong to. Okay? They don't do, Christ is the only one they do that to. Christ is the only one mentioned. His mother's father is the only one mentioned. Okay? Oh, and his brothers and sisters I mentioned, but they're much older. Yeah. He's talking about the past. Oh, he's talking about the past. Okay. If you are a member of the Order of the Eastern Star, I've said this plenty of times before, brothers, each one of their points is a degree. They have 5 degrees. And in their degree work is a representation of your degree work. And your passwords are found within the star point. They mirror each other, except for they receive 5 and you receive 3. But they mirror each other. That's the best way I can put it right now. I can't go into details. Now, in the Book of Mormon, there are some really key or essential women in the scriptures. Well, I have a Book of Mormons. I haven't gone into it. I would also say that there's another. What is the Book of Maccabees and the missing books of the Bible? I can't think of what they call it. Oh shucks! It talks about the Maccabees. It talks about other tribes and what they was doing at the time. I can't even think of the name of it right now. Solomon, the Apocryphers. There you go. That book. Get that book, and then that would help enlighten you on the Bible, because the Bible is a lot of stuff that is missing. A lot of stuff is missing. The Apocrypha, that book really brings to life a lot. The Book of Enoch is another one. Absolutely. The Book of the Dead. And I think there's like 2 or 3 versions of that. But there are books out there that would enlighten you and go a little bit deeper. And there are some books that are a lot older than the scriptures. If you get into any of the Kabbalah, there's another one. Absolutely. And you keep, brothers, you guys keep popping these books up, man. Jewish mysticism. There's also a book that is called Christian Mysticism. I have that book. It's pretty good. The Book of Coming Forth by Day. That's a good one. That's a good one. The Greatest Story Ever Told. All right. There's some great books out there. Those books were taken out because they were considered. You think so? You think they was considered inferior? Nah. Well, you might be right. The reason they didn't put them in there, but those books hold a lot of truth, a lot of knowledge, a lot of enlightenment to a person. It can illuminate you. But what happens is that we've been told you can't read no other books. In the Bible itself, that man wrote, it tells you you shouldn't read no other books. It says that, but that doesn't make a lot of sense. And they still don't want people to know things. That's what we have to understand. They still don't want you to know things. But it's going to take us to know things. I mean, when I say us, I'm talking about individual. You're going to have to go and get it for yourself. Nobody is going to do anything for you. This illuminating knowledge, this information that is out here, you're going to have to go get it for yourself. Let me tell you this here. I have a brother that's in my lodge right today, and his name, Brother Russell. I got to have him on the show. He has books that is worth $4,000 and $5,000 books. I'm like, damn, man. He said, man, I have books that are worth that. And he brought him to the lodge meeting one night. And he went to reading from these books, and there was stuff in there I've never heard of. So we have to understand that a lot of information, a lot of things that would enlighten you are in books. They're in older books, not these new books. I'm talking about in old books. This is why it's important that when you go to places and they have old books, please get them. Please. Because what they do is things that are written, when they get revised, a lot of things get left out of revised books. So if you can get you the original copy of a book that has a lot of good information in it, don't go by the revised copy. The revised copy cuts out a lot of stuff. Those books were taken out. Okay, I think I was losing something. Yeah. So we have to understand, even in the Catholic Church, there are books that the Catholic Church has, they will not release. And we have to understand, even in the Catholic Church, that the original picture that you would see of Christ and the Virgin baby is a dark picture. It is of a black mother and son. That's what it is. And that's a whole nother story. You know what, Brother Alex? You're absolutely right. Nobody never asked that question. In the Roman Catholic Church, they have pine cones, and no one asks why they got them. Absolutely. If you look at the Pope and that cane that rod that he has, there's a pine cone on the end of it, right? And then you're gonna flip that. If you look at his headwear, it is in shape of a pine cone. Now I know why they wear it, but I don't know how many other people know why they have it and wear it. That's true, Brother Alex. That's some stuff to bring up. The Templars, they got Masonic symbols. Oh yeah. Let me see. They hide it in plain sight. They always do. Things are always hidden in plain sight. That's true. So those Knights Templars that we was talking about, and that we are talking about tonight, inclusive of the Shriners. I have to include the Shriners when I talk about this because both are considered assassins. Okay, both were considered to be protectors of those who walk the pilgrimage. So you know that in the Shriners degree, you go through a pilgrimage. You know that in the Knights Templar degree, you go through a pilgrimage. They mirror each other. They protect each other. Even in your Shriners degree work, you say that you will protect your brother who's a Knights Templar. This is why in our jurisdiction, in my jurisdiction for which I'm in, you have to be a Knights Templar before you become a Shriner. You have to. You can't be a 32nd and then become a Shriner. You have to be a Knights Templar. Some jurisdictions don't care for it. Yes, Joseph Smith was a Mason. Absolutely. Yes, he did. He did some bad stuff, and he put his hands up in danger in the Masonic hand gesture and killed him. Him and the brothers took his 33rd ring from his pockets, and a lot of Mormons don't know that. Don't know this. Okay. Yeah, Brother Alex, Joseph Smith was a Mason, and a lot of the things from the Latter-day Saints has a lot of Masonic in it. It has a lot of Masonic in it. That is true. The real Holy Trinity, Ashur, Aset, and Her. That's true. But how many people are going to actually talk about that? Let's be honest. How many people are going to actually talk about the real Holy Trinity? The Father, the Son, the Mother. How many? You can't get to the Father unless you go through the Son. Are you talking S-O-N or S-U-N? I'm just saying there's a lot of dynamics that are at play, but you're absolutely right in regards to the Holy Trinity. The hand signal of danger for the help and distress, but they locked him. But they looked at him and nah, you messed up. They did release him. They did release one of the books of wisdom. Which book was that? What you say they got him for talking to the Catholic Church and was after them after he spoke. Really? That I didn't know. That I didn't know. He said those good old burning sands, the pine cone or the fish head. The pine cone. But why no one actually knows why they wear them? That's for real. Yeah, we all know what really happened, just like them Templars. If you want to put it out like that. That was pretty deep. So look, everybody, I appreciate it. I hope that the information I share with you will be some use to you as you travel, as you go up into the degree work. The little bit of information I share with you in the Knights Templars, I can only speak from the jurisdiction for which I'm a part of. You had to spoil it. You had to spoil it, Brother Mike. You had to come and say it, huh? You had to come and say it, Brother Mike. You had to put it out there. Yes, you're right. A lot of people do study paganism. Nature is crazy in a degree. Yep, the fishermen of men. Oh, that was the golden nugget. Yeah, I wasn't gonna say it, but Brother Mike comes in, he just throws it on out there, like, yeah, it's the pineal gland, blah blah blah. He's But with that being said, a lot of people pineal glands is calcified. It is hard. It's hard as a brick. You need to take some supplements or something to declassify that thing. Declassify it. Thanks everyone. So much light is glowing tonight. Well, I hope, my thing is, look, brothers of the craft, sisters of the order, those who want to be Masons and Eastern Stars, look, I'm just sharing tidbits. I can only speak for my jurisdiction and what we do here and the enjoyment of Freemasonry and the Order of the Eastern Star. I get a kick out of it. I enjoy it to the fullest. And whenever we have initiations, I think they're the greatest things. I believe that for the most part, brothers of the craft, the lodge is for men. And let me tell you why is that. Men need a place to go where they feel free to talk and to do and to be who they legitimately are. And I believe the same thing for the Sisters of the Order of the Eastern Star. If they don't have a patron there at their meetings, I believe that they should still carry on their meeting. That meeting belongs to the sisterhood of the Order of the Eastern Star. Although they may say that a patron and associate patron needs to be there, that's their meeting. I mean, we do things a little different on this side. So I'm only speaking in regards to my jurisdiction and where I'm at. Oh, really? There's a book called the Book of Wisdom, and it's only used at funerals? Really? That's interesting. I'll take a peek at that. Book of Wisdom, huh? I'm just saying in general, before I log off, we brothers of the craft, you need that space. So, you go get it. My meeting night is every second Friday, and on I think it's every second Friday, every third Thursday, something like that. Man, look, I go there. It's the sanctum of sanctums. Let me tell you, it's peaceful. When I go there, it's like, whoo. I don't know how you feel, but that's how I feel. Corn syrup as much as processed food as possible, temporarily to fully activate the pineal gland because it can be open in different degrees. Really? You know, that's going to be something special. I'm going to have to talk about how to declassify declassify your pineal gland. That'll be a good subject. Make you sick, man. Almond milk? Yeah, that's true. That's true. Almond milk is good. So look, I appreciate everybody hanging on tight tonight. And definitely, if you're going to get something out of this, go back and listen to the things we've already talked about. And I appreciate you. I really do. And thank you, Brother Alex, for the donation tonight. I appreciate it. Thank you. And if you're in the city of Los Angeles, our grand session is going to be October the 14th through the 16th of next month. And you're definitely welcome to come by and stop and definitely give us a shout out if you're in the city of Los Angeles next month. That's when we're holding our grand session. So give me a call and we'll see, can you come on and visit and sit in, because I tell you this, the opening ceremony is going to be the kicker. I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna go. The way we open in my jurisdiction, yeah, you'd be like, yeah, damn. You'd be like, oh my goodness, I've never seen nothing like that before. Yeah, for real, for real. So look, I'm out. Peace to everybody. Thank you and blessings.